Prince of Persia has been delayed indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
Now, I know the term indefinitely makes it sound more dramatic than it actually is. Um,
It tends to do that.
yeah. Essentially, they delayed it without giving us a date. So I'm going to read this statement. All right. Since announcing Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake in September, we saw an outpouring of feedback from you on this beloved franchise. It is it is your passion and support that is driving our development team to make the game this the best game possible. With that said, we have made the decision to shift the release for Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake to a later date. This extra development time will enable our teams to deliver a remake that feels fresh while remaining faithful to the original. We understand this update might come as a surprise, and we will continue to keep you posted on the progress of Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake. In the meantime, we want to thank you all for your ongoing support. So, yeah, I just said indefinite because they give no timetable at all. So we don't know if it's going to be this year. Is it going to be next year? Um, what do you think about it? Because when we originally saw it, we weren't impressed with what they already had.
Correct. So, I mean, I have to go back to Shigeru Miyamoto's quote, which I'm probably butchering, but I can paraphrase, which is a delayed game it is eventually good. A bad game, a game that comes out bad is bad forever.
Yes.
To some extent, I mean, some of the most recent games like No Man's Sky has broken that mold,
Yeah.
or Final Fantasy 14. But in general, bad games that start out bad, it's hard to gain back uh, customer trust.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I haven't been following the latest Ubisoft game. What's it called? Phoenix.
Immortals, Phoenix Rising.
Yeah. Did you hear anything about that game?
I've only heard nothing but good things.
Okay.
It's gotten some great reviews. People are saying it's like Breath of the Wild, kind of, but just saying that it's like Breath of the Wild is a disservice to it because it does enough things differently.
Hmm.
Especially in terms of its combat. The combat's pretty robust
Hmm.
from what I hear. It takes like Assassin's Creed style combat, and so yeah, no, I definitely want to give it a chance. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah. Um,
But what about it?
well, I just didn't know how it was doing, so I was kind of curious. Like maybe if it came out and did bad, they would be hesitant to release Prince of Persia early. But if it's doing good,
I think it's a separate. I think it's a
yeah,
separate situation altogether. I
yeah,
think this is more about the development of the game and the graphical fidelity
yes,
because it was harped on for the graphical fidelity.
yeah,
The story is already taking care of itself. The
yes,
gameplay should really take care of itself. It shouldn't really be too much of a lift gameplay wise
hmm yeah. So
because
I
the
would
game
assume
stands up.
that they're going to go back and fix the graphics, add new textures, add new cutscenes, stuff like that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Make it look something a little bit more useful for next gen, if you will, not just something previous.
Yes. Yeah. I agree.